Hi guys, it's me, Joseph Anderson again, and for this video that I will be dedicating to the month of love in February in 2026, I shall be talking about a little song by Rihanna, which I'm pretty sure that everyone in the audience, in my viewing audience, has seen or heard of before. And that'd be S&M. This is a real point little tune too. A real point little tune, and it's got more graphic imagery in it than say the entire book series of 50 Shades of Grey. And yeah, it's a very this is a very special type of love. More than anything else, it's when two people love each other very much and they want to whip each other to pieces. Also, I want to point out that I feel that this music video that Miss Rihanna did for it is actually Donald Trump's wet dream. And the answer's not so obvious. That's what you might think of it, but this song is a classic funny type thing. I love it to pieces, as well as the music video. Now, for those of you who don't know, the term S&M refers to a very special type of bondage and sexual kink that involves whips, chains, and humiliation. Most of the time that when people do that, they don't really do enough to actually make the person who's being bonded to bleed and no bruising or anything like that. More like taps on with the whip and whatever else. And the actual SS stands for shadow, and the M stands for modulator. So I think I'm not 100% on this one because I haven't tried it out myself. I would like to see if a potential partner would be interested in it, but I haven't got a partner, so I can't test it out. But basically what it is where people like to be humiliated or tied up or confined in some way, to be beaten up or to be humiliated. More like a weird power dynamic too. Would you like the rich and powerful, like a president, and like other rich people, like to be dominated by their sexual partners, which is usually the opposite of what happens, because in their professional and public life, they're seen as domineering, so they have to. Some people might like the reverse of that for a change, in which they are being dominated by somebody, or they're being humiliated, or they're being inflicted upon by some pain, torture, or whatever else. And some people they kick off on it, like Miss Rihanna here. No, I don't know if this is before or after her little stint with Chris Brown, which, by the way, it is never acceptable to hit a woman, ever. And I get into any of the SM stuff, because the SM stuff is like a playful kink. It's not really meant to do any harm to anybody. But when Chris Brown did it, he did it to damage her reputation as well as her physical physically. And that's no, nobody should be attacking another person to ruin their personality or their physique or something else. So that's not good. I really lost a lot of respect for him after that. Sure, I didn't have much respect for him anyway, but after that he was like public enemy number one to me. And believe it or not, I know of someone at the gym who likes him, even though he did that to the poor girl, to Rihanna. And yeah, I don't. My heart goes out to her other family members because she's obviously cray. I mean, seriously, there's gotta be something wrong with you if you try to defend somebody like that beats up on women and such. And you yourself a white woman no less, and she said that, oh, it's in the past, people are making too much of a big deal out of it. He beat a woman very, very badly and threw her out of the car. How much more, that's pretty bad in my book. But anyway, I'm done with talking about that. But anyway, this I'm gonna watch it. This song is not related to that horrific event because I don't think she would have done it and made the video to go with it too. But there is some questionable things about it in the lyrics too. For example, she said that chains and whips excite me. Now, normally I would say, have at it, do whatever you want. If you feel good, do it, go ahead, do it. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, go ahead and do. It's your own life. You're a consulting adult, do it. But there is some question about that, and this extends beyond the whole Rihanna music video and song to go with it, and that being that she's Barbadian. In other words, she's a woman from the Caribbean, and that part of the world has a very bad track record with slavery. So how do you get off on chains and whips? More likely her ancestors or somebody that she knows who had ancestors were probably American slaves. So I'm pulling from my history background with that. How could any black person like the idea about being captured and whipped and beaten up in S&M, even as like a sexual thing? I'll pose that question to you. How could any black person be okay with that? Now, I know she probably just played off a joke and said that same thing would excite me and this and that, and then she goes on to the part in the music video in which she eats a banana. And she eats a banana just like the Carmen Miranda or the Chiquita Banana Lady. And that, to me, that's very funny. Multiple levels. But let's see. There's also the part where she says, "Meet me in the bourgeois," and that gives to me hard and strong. So the way she said that, like as a baby crying, like bourgeois. keep it nice and strong. Not a good comment on that, but yeah. You also have a sex toy in it, a sex doll in there, as well as her acting like a complete psychopath in the movie, in the video. And now, I'm not gonna say those people are crazy or anything for taking in this type of activity, but it kind of paints a picture as for people who are into this kind of stuff as being crazy and nutty. Someone like in the movie American Psycho, I believe he was into that, the domineering stuff, and Chris Gray too being into that was also an issue too when it came out, I think. But they are not mentally unstable or anything. Yeah, I know for a fact. Just average everyday people with interesting sexual interests. But anyway, they mix pain and pleasure with. She says about pain and pleasure being kind of blurred in the video, which is like kind of scientifically accurate because in the brain the triggers to pain and pleasure are pretty much close together. So if you activate one, it's not too hard to imagine that you would activate the other. Plus the other fetishes too. There's the notion of being disgusted versus being pleasured by whatever that might be, whatever trigger that may be. So like for example feet or body odor. Somebody might find that very disgusting and horrid, but someone else might find that to be intoxicating or erotic. Let's see here. She also talked about how she's always that she's a good girl, but that's kind of bad. She's like to be treated badly at the times. Yeah, I would say that she's bad, but she's perfectly good. And also, she repeats that sticks and stones may break her bones, but chains and whips to her. In other words, what I take from that is that whenever you're playful, whenever you're doing this sex play, that's it, to play. It's like play fighting. You don't really mean to hurt anybody by it. You just hit someone out. Just hit someone like out. Just hit someone like out. Just smack someone like that. It's not that big of a deal. But if you go a little too seriously, that's too painful. That's too painful. That'll leave a mark. It'll be too much for the person's sake. That's why they have safe words. And let's see here. By making this music video, she kind of normalized a taboo subject of a S&M, like don't go near that. It's bad. Kind of like certain video games like GTA and such like that. Like don't play that game because it's too violent or it's too there are too many drug deals in the game or whatever. But by drawing attention to it in the media, it kind of normalized it to the point that there are certain movies in which the kind of torture and violence and stuff are more permissible. More than you pass on the Christ. And maybe 300. But in any case, they also say about that people that are into this kind of stuff are crazy. Like I said before, they're nuts. And she very smartly used that great effect in her dress, which is like a collection of newspaper articles calling her a bitch, a slut, this and that. And she used that to say that, it's normal to be called this and that by your detractors, by your critics. And then they bring up the whole SM thing too, and you kind of normalize it, saying that if I'm into it, it must be good, it must be good, it must be like a season, it must be fun, and all that other junk too. Now I'm ready to talk about why I think that this video, more than the actual lyrics, are Donald Trump's passion project. Quite literally. I find it really funny that, going back to what you said about the whole, that certain men in power, like, the rights off on being humiliated, being caused pain, being caused, it's a kind of emotional trauma or something, or rather, like in the bedroom. I mean, not literally. Like, I don't think Trump would get any political pleasure from someone just sucking him in the jaw or something. Although I'm sure that a lot of people would get pleasure from that, especially around now. But anyway, I think that certain men of certain power stances like to have a woman dominate them. And being that Trump is so racist and such a horrible person toward black people and stuff, I could see him being dominated and getting sexually turned on by a black woman, especially someone as fine looking as Rihanna. Because I read in a book once that called The Racist Mind. I forgot who wrote that book, but it was called The Racist Mind. A picture of a Nazi, the insignia, and one of them KKK hoods on it, like a dunce cap. Anyway, this was, he said that people who are so racist, I hate blacks, I hate Latinos, I hate Asian people, etc. Anyone that's not white, they secretly dream about sleeping with someone of the opposite color scheme. So like Trump, I hate blacks, I hate this, I hate that. He could secretly have a desire to have sex with a black person or somebody else of the color. Just like when they say that I'm so transphobic, little boys and girls sports and etc. Mean that they think about that type of gender orientation so much that they actually like it, and they want to be perverted toward little girls with little boys and whatnot. I mean, how could it be extrapolate that to the Epstein files, saying, that the radical left are so perverted and stuff that they're in the files and all that stuff. Meanwhile, they could just be protecting that they themselves, the Republicans, conservatives, are in the files and that they partner up with Jeffrey Epstein. And we've seen that with Donald Trump and with many other people in his own cabinet. But that's not the real reason why I think that this is Donald Trump's wet dream. Now that comes in the beginning of the music video as well as the end of the video. in which all the reporters are all either tied up or they're given ball gags in their mouth. And to me, that's really funny because he likes to censor the media. He likes to make sure that they only see a certain amount of stuff, and that they're only allowed to have a certain amount of questions to him, like softball questions, easy questions that he can answer in his sleep, quite literally in some cases. And for anyone that doesn't want to play ball, he said that the women in particular, like shut up piggy, or quiet piggy, or something or other like that. So this is like his biggest fantasy to have the media and any other beautiful women in the room be tied up with ball gags, where he can do whatever he wants to them, where he can censor whatever he wants out of them, and then news organizations, because he likes to think he has all the power in the world. Another case in point is when Usha Vance and J.D. Vance were at the Olympics, and the American news people were they turned down the volume on the booing to them. Where if you go to somewhere like Canada or any European nation news network, that the boos are loud and clear, so that the United States was somewhat censored all the negativity around the world for our vice president. That's what I think of him and Trump. So yeah, that's one thing that I find in this video that's so fun. And besides, what you see in the beginning of the video with all the sex toys, all the random anime like unicorn heads and the blow up doll, remind me of something that Trump would have in sex parties, particularly with the Epstein parties that they would attend together. I'm not gonna go into much detail because this video is about SM stuff, so yeah, I don't want to make anything too clear, but I'm just saying that it's possible. So yeah. Now, as for Rihanna's outfits, this is really funny because she changes as many different outfit types as Lady Gaga in Bad Romance. I should know because I just saw that video too. And the first outfit that I described it the weird newspaper article dress in which she goes cray on it. The second one is where she's in like a 1950s or 60s, plate mother type dress with a little guy, little person guy that's like an old-fashioned milkman, and he's on a leash, and he's taking a piss by a fire hydrant, and that's also, I would imagine, one of Trump's fantasies to be to have Melania or another attractive woman hold him on a leash. I don't know, the power structure or something. Anyway, that actually reminds me of my aunt and step-uncle as a joke, more or less, because I don't know anything about that sexual practices or anything, but I'm just saying that from what I know about my aunt she's very flirtatious and very liberal when it comes to that kind of thing. So I can imagine her and her husband doing that type of thing. And then the one with the Chiquita Banana Lady, which is real funny to me. And there's also this part where she's doing like a weird how to put this she's like in her baby outfit, with, with her onesie on and all that, and doing the being tied up and that kind of thing. And it's fun to look at a grown woman being tied up like that. But my favorite outfit on the list is because she dressed in a pink leather one piece bathing suit with a skull cap on and with a big whip on her. No, it's not. I don't like it because of the skin that she chose. Although she is very nice and curvaceous. No, that's not why I like it. Because it looks like an ultimate how should I put this? It looks like an ultimate ice cream sundae to me. With chocolate covered by strawberry topping. That's really funny to me, at least. And see here. Now all she needs is a white topper on top of the whole lot to be even better someday. Or maybe cherries on top of that. But yeah, she has she also wears a weird tight dress in one part of the video, and it's funny too. Anyway, her most notable feature in there is red hair, except when she's wearing the skull cap, which makes me believe that she's wearing a wig through the whole thing and it still happens to be red. One's like French hair, or curly hair. The other one's straight. That's the one where she's the traditional wife. And there's another one where she's like a frizz hair. I would like the red hair thing on there. Oh yeah, and there's this other one that reminds me of when Lady Gaga wore the hair bow too. When Rihanna does the hair bow, and she does that thing where she does in a sense, like a finger kiss or a suck. And she's really funny, really good. And she likes to use her beauty to be funny, which I like. Well, I also like her Barbadian accent, which is actually kind of weird because she never uses it in her songs. I mean, rarely she does, but she doesn't do the accent. And 90% of the time she doesn't do it at all. Unless she's really good at tongue difference. But let's see here. She also said that it's kind of like a bad territory to go into S&M, but you could do it and be perfectly good, perfectly a saint otherwise. So, so even though S&M is kind of like naughty and dirty and all that, compared to other sexual practices, and it's more taboo, it's perfectly okay for normal people to do it. Like, for example, me or anybody else I know that's a good person at heart. It's okay to experiment a little bit and have fun with it. Cause it's just sex with your partner. As long as both of you consent to it, it's okay. And as long as there's no minors or animals involved, it's all good. Just as long as it ain't too rough. Let's see here. I also find it interesting that when people say, people play into it, they like go, hurt me master. And one of the funniest things that I've seen in a video game was when Carl Johnson got SNM'd by Kathleen in the game GTA San Andreas. You don't actually see it, but it's very heavily implied that he's being tied up and etc. And that serves like kind of like a train for when he meets Millie later on, like in the game in Los Venturas. He went over and he goes full gimp suit. And that's really funny. But yeah, I'm gonna say the song is real funny. And I like the way in the beginning they do like a no, come on, no, come on. Wow, something like that sirens go off in the back of the music video. They'd be kind of like, you're not going into any normal environment, not going to the realm of S&M, going to the trigger warnings, literally. And another thing too, she said, as long as you know what you're doing, it's fun, and it can be quite pleasurable too, and painful. Deliciously painful. Anyway, I thank you for watching my video on S&M by Miss Rihanna. It was fun to talk about, and it was fun to talk about it for my month of love, February of 2026. Also, I should point out that I have a couple friends in college, Sean and Martin, so I would consider them S&M. I thought they hated one another. So when I said that, when I called him S&M, Martin said to me, "Yo, you're an asshole." I also then they had Skittles and M&M mixed in one bowl together. So that's my S&M. That's the only S&M that I personally had. I would like to experience other S&M too, but that's the point. Let's see. Yeah. If you got, I definitely give this song a music video. Definite hard. Happy face to Silver Pool because it's freaking hilarious video, and the song is real good too. The visuals are a lot better than anything in the trilogy for 50 Shades of Grey. And got Rihanna, they're going SSS MMM SSS MM. I'm sure that there are part kids out there that said, "What is that, mommy? Why don't you see doing that?" Oh, never mind, kids. Quite something else. In a lot of ways, this is more of a acceptance way to get, a genuine way to get into SM because there's no blood, there's no, nothing chewing or nothing there's no nudity involved with it whatsoever. everything for show, everything in instruction level. So if you like what you see here, and you want to see more of my videos, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Or if you want to contact me for future information on future stuff, by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. Or you can follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer at PNelsonPro. That's that's on Twitter or Triple X if you prefer that too. Anyway, you can get my email at jjviewingchannel@gmail.com. So I salute all you submissives and dominants out there who enjoy this kind of stuff. Also, I want to salute any Rihanna fans out there, and who like all this SM stuff and comedy a bit too. Peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you girls and guys in the next video. Sayonara. Wiedersehen. Ciao.